Thank you for joining me again. Today I just want to show you a few connection types that you get in the CCTV world. One of the connections I first want to discuss is the BNC connection. As we did do a crimp before, that's your 3-piece connection, the base, the sleeve and the center pin. Now you get a lot of different type of connectors. This one we call a twist on connector. You will see you don't need a crimping tool to make this kind of a connection. How you make this connection is you're going to use your wire stripper. So you're going to take your wire stripper and you're going to clean up your wire, your RG59. Give it about 7 to 8 turns. Then take back the negative part of your wire. See, the spin is a bit long. Let's give it a cut. Okay, you take your twist on connector. You'll push through your wire and you start to twist it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what I usually do, I will take some insulation tape and I will tape this negative part so it doesn't make a short on your DVR or touch another wire also on the DVR side, so that you know it's nice and it's isolated. So there's your two types of connections now, a 3-piece and a twist on connector. You get a spring type connector and then you got another screw on bent connector. So the best connection I've been using is the 3-piece because you crimp it and you know it's solid. So what I want to show you now is in the field you get a wire that's been eaten by a rat, or you've got damage on a wire, or someone that was doing some hardware job at a customer, they maybe cut the wire. How to join these two wires? You've got a female side on this side. So a lot of guys just cut the wire and they put a positive together and a negative together and they tape it up. The problem with that type of connection is if it's exposed to moisture, it can start to rust and that copper will get white or it will get black and it will not conduct that video feed clearly back to the main DVR or to the camera side, and that will result in a fuzzy screen on your video feed, and that is also a big problem with most of the diagnostics is improper joints, a joint that's not been joined properly. So what we're going to need is an inline barrel. Now what's nice about this will just clip in here, put it in and twist it, and you can put it in and twist it, and that will complete your connection. So that is a proper join. And what I also do, I take insulation tape and I tape it nice from the one end to the other end just to keep the moisture out. Some of these connections do go into cold rooms or freezer rooms that the wire is exposed to minus 15 degrees, and you don't want a connection type that is getting water, moisture inside. That will give you problems and headaches. Okay, another connection that we have, this connection you can use for audio. If you have a microphone connected to your system and you need to plug it in here from an RCA male, it will nicely fit into this RCA female side, and this side just connects to your camera wire. If you want to use the camera wire, you can use twin flex. Now there you can just connect your microphone. If you pull additional wire for audio, you can use this RG59 as well. And then you have the male side of the audio. You will see here the two won't fit. So what I usually do to make another proper connection, you take your inline barrel, you put it in on your BNC side, and there you will see it will fit. You can take your insulation tape and isolate it nicely so there's no short or not exposure to anything. So We also do this type of connection if you want to take video from a certain camera like a shopping door and show it on a TV. Then this part plugs into your AV, and out of your DVR side you've got a video feed that says video out, and you select the camera feed you want to take out of the machine into your TV. Then you can use this female to male RCA connection. It just plugs into AV on the TV, and that will give you the proper output of your video feed. What we also do, we call it splits. This is a T-piece. What I usually do with the T-piece, if I have one DVR and I want to take that video feed from this camera from the DVR, but also bring it out to another TV, I'm going to use a split. So with this split, you can take your main feed from the camera, you can take it in here, also by using a barrel, an inline barrel. It goes in there, and this side goes back to your camera. And then you take the wire that's going back to the DVR, it goes in here. So this one goes to your camera, this one goes to your DVR, and this end goes to your another TV, to your secondary TV or secondary DVR if you want to run it through an 8-channel or 4-channel DVR to run splits. Camera, DVR, secondary display, that can be your secondary TV or another DVR for recording purposes. And then we have this little connection here. If you are sitting with two male ends on a wire, then you will use this female-female connection to make a joint. So if you have two of these ends, then you can just pop it in there and you can make a nice joint connection, or you can turn it into a male-female type of connection. So you've got a lot of different connections that you can use to get a job done and do it properly. Don't take shortcuts with camera wire. Even though it does put through 12 volts, there's still amps on that wire, and it can result in a fire. So I did see in the field guys that join wires not the right way, and it made a short, or they used the wrong power supply. They use transformers and not CCTV power supplies, and if there's a short on a wire, then that transformer will still push power through the wire. It will not kick out or blow a fuse, and it will still keep giving you 12 volts, 1 amp, and that can make a fire. And later on I will show you some of the situations where we did get a fire on one of my customers' premises from a guy that joined a wire improperly and used the wrong power supply. We will discuss that a bit later on, but here's the basics of the type of connections we have and how to properly join a wire.